Hey, we got a bright, sunshiny day. I think the conditions are just right to go get that tiller going in the garden. Stick around. Now, last video I showed you the weeds out in the walk path, and we'll show you what that looked like. You can see we've had a pretty good withdrawal on our weed seed bank here. It's still just a hair too muddy to get the tiller in here and take care of these middles. But don't be alarmed, this stuff will all be gone before long. You see the mulch is doing its job. So I just checked out the garden. It looks like the soil is pretty close to where we can till it without making like big clods. It's not as muddy as it has been. So we're going to get the tiller fired up. We'll get it out in the garden and we'll start getting those walk paths tilled under. Well, we got some fantastic drone footage. Unfortunately, I didn't realize till halfway through the second battery that I forgot to hit the record button. It was beautiful stuff, but you got a little bit. We'll try better, and we'll do better next time, I promise. So let's go out and take a look at the garden now. All right, there she is. Looks a lot better, huh? Told you it would look better. Knocked all those weeds out of the walk path. We got a real good withdrawal from our weed seed bank. We just got to wait for that morning glory over there to die. It probably won't wait all the way. We can plant in between it as long as it's dying. Looking real good. Now we're down to just maintenance weeding. So come out about every other day, every other morning. Spend about 15 to 20 minutes. And basically the only areas we have to weed is right along this edge right here. And there's very few weeds there. We just got to pop them up out of the ground. And then a sun like this will just wilt them down. And they will die on top of the ground. Doesn't that look great? Real proud of this garden. To be honest, those weeds in the walk path, even though we were doing that purposely, it drove me crazy. My OCD was killing me on that. Glad we finally got that project done. We checked the water on everything in the greenhouse. It's all good. And it hasn't rained in probably 4 or 5 days. So we filled up our self-wicking tubs there. Made sure they had water in them. They had plenty, but I just topped them up. Gonna have to mow this grass already again. Crazy growing. Looks like Kelly got our herb tub here all replanted. The chives come back every year on their own. Looks like she's got some sage and some lemon basil in here. Looks good. We'll be able to start using this fairly quickly. That sage is already able to start using that. Trying to get as much stuff done as I can before I start hauling corn again. The bin side, I think, is dried up enough now to where it's not too muddy to get the truck in and out. And then the feed store called. They're getting short on corn, so they're going to need a load in the morning. So we'll probably have to do that tomorrow. How's your girls today?
Good. I was doing the guineas.
How are they doing?
Good. I think they're like their freedom.
Well, that's good. They're not venturing too far from the coop.
No. They stay where the treats are.
We had some sad news on the farm yesterday. Our female guinea, she'd been having problems because I think her feet got kind of frostbite when we had like the 30 below weather. And she lost some of her toes, so she wasn't getting around very well. And we were wondering whether we should cull her or not, if she was in pain or anything like that. But she seemed to be getting around okay. And she was still eating and drinking and all that. But she wouldn't venture, obviously, too far. But went out yesterday, and I found her deceased in the outer run of the coop. So the boys were kind of standing around her a little in distress. So we took her out of there, and they calmed down quite a bit. So that's the sad news. Well, folks, I apologize for the short video, but that's about all my back is going to take today. So we've got some more rototilling to do out by the barn for Kelly's sunflowers, but the little push behind or walk behind rototiller isn't going to do that. It's just too much weeds in there, so we'll probably borrow the neighbor's 3-point rototiller. We do a little swap for the use of that tiller. He lets me borrow the tiller, and then I till their garden up because they don't have a tractor to run that small tiller. So it works out good for both of us. And then our walk-behind tiller was starting to sputter a little bit under load, so I probably need to get that thing serviced. But we've got a little time before we need the walk-behind rototiller again, so we got time to do that. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next video here at Mark Kelly Farm. Love you guys.